Today we're working on a knitted square. This is the square. It's called Bean Sprout, and it's got these little sprouty bits that climb up over 3 rows that make this interesting sort of spiked pattern that is very easy to accomplish. And so I'm going to show you how. And right now I'm working on row 11 of the stitch repeat, which is a very easy row. And it's simply knit 1, slip 1, working with white in this instance. And to slip the stitch, you keep the yarn in back and insert the needle purlwise through the next stitch and just move it over to the right hand needle. And then you knit the next stitch normally. Now slip 1 again, knit 1, slip 1, which is just moving it over to the right, knit 1, slip 1 and knit 1. And you can see what happens is you have different color stitches appearing on this row. Even though we've only worked with one color, we've only worked with the white, it looks like we were working with the white and the dark blue. So that's a little trick to get some fancy looking color work without having to struggle with working with 2 different yarn colors at once. And now for the next row, which is row 12 of the pattern repeat, turn the work, and this has a lot of different stitches all within the same row, but it helps to accomplish that color effect. So we start with a knit 1, then we move the yarn to the front of the work to do a slip 1, and then a purl 1, another slip, a knit, a slip, a knit, and you have to remember to move the yarn to the back of the work to do the knit, and then move to the front to do a slip and a purl. So the important thing to remember on this row is to be conscious of moving the yarn to the front of the work when you're slipping or knitting, moving it to the back. No, move the yarn to the front when you're slipping or purling, to the back when you're knitting. And of course, to move the yarn from front to back, you always need to go in between the 2 needles. If you go over the needle, you'll be doing a yarn over, which is not what this pattern requires, and you'll end up with extra stitches. So that's that row. And next I'll show you how to accomplish these little sprouty rabbit ear bits. And what you can see on this swatch is that we have these sprouts that are extended up over 3 rows, and you can see that they're long extended stitches. And these are accomplished by working knits and slip stitches. So what we've done here is it's been a knit 5 and then a slip, a knit 5 and then a slip. And by continuing to slip that same stitch over the course of 3 rows, it becomes very elongated. And now what we do on this row is simply knit every stitch. And you'll see that what happens is this elongated slip stitch gets finally sort of tacked down. It's no longer being carried and slipped, it's being knitted, and it creates that sort of V-shaped bunny ear sprout kind of look. So again, you just knit it like it's a normal stitch, and it gets captured. And as soon as I finish this row, I'll show you the effect. And again, now that I've arrived at a slip stitch, I just knit it like a normal stitch. And you can see that what happened is that elongated slip stitch got captured within the stitch, made to look like a nice long V, and that's how we get that cute patterning that makes this square what it is. So there you have it, not a very difficult square. I hope you give this one a try, and I hope you have fun. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you're inspired to try some eco-friendly stitching of your own. I'm Brett Barra, and I'll see you next time on Knit and Crochet Now.